All right, listen up, y'all biscuit heads. As soon as that air horn blows, I'm going to lay down just a bank of cover fire so that you guys can maneuver right and left. You go left, you go right. We will capture the flag, and we'll win this round. Everything will be cool. We'll win the paintball tournament. Let's go. Let's do this. Mike, what the heck? Again?
What? Oh, dang it.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Rugged Adventures. The very first time that I did a video with this pistol, this Ruger Mark IV, this is a 22 long rifle, and this Prodigy suppressor made specifically for the 22 long rifle, I got a lot of great feedback. I got a whole bunch of views. It's up to almost 500,000 views. But one of the things that people have always said with this is really one of two or three things. One, they said it sounds like an airsoft gun, and unfortunately, I was born too early for the airsoft thing. It was definitely out after I was kind of done playing in the woods and trying to blast my friends with thousands of dollars, it seemed, of equipment. The other thing is that people say that either I'm faking it and I use just a Hollywood suppressor sound, or that it sounds like a paintball gun. And so today we are going to compare the two directly. What I have here, I have a Tippmann 98 paintball gun. This is probably 15 or 20 years old. This is the one that I used to use. It's all tricked out with a bunch of crap. And for the most part, this thing was like the AK-47 of the paintball gun world. It ran all the time. It's not very refined. It's very rough cast. It's just a clamshell design with two halves, but it always worked, for the most part. The other one that was really popular was the Spider, and I always kind of considered that more like the AR-15. Need a little bit more care, need to be tuned. And then you had the exotics like the Angel LCDs and things like that. Like a friend of mine had, he was basically our machine gunner, and we were the ones that went on the flanks and used these things to take people out. But today I want to compare these two directly so that you guys can see what they sound like side by side without anything else. So without further ado, let's go ahead and try out the Tippmann 98. This is shooting paintballs that are also about 15 years old, so we're probably not going to hit a whole lot of anything, but I'll just shoot it out into the valley, and then we'll put a couple on target if they will. Right now, with how old they are and dimpled and awful, they're just going every which way, but we'll give this a shot real quick, and you can see what it sounds like. See there, my auto loader isn't loading, so there's louder ones. They get to be, it's when it misfires and doesn't shoot a paintball. That is the paintball gun, and then we'll shoot 10 out of this Ruger Mark IV 22 suppressed, and these are actually, they say on here, these are high velocity rounds, but out of this short little barrel, they don't break the sound barrier typically, so we get a subsonic round essentially for a very cheap price. And that pretty much goes with any 22 out of pretty much any pistol. It's going to end up leaving the barrel at a subsonic pace. Again, guys, no hearing protection necessary because these are going to be very quiet, just like the paintball gun is, and it very well could come under the sound level of the paintball gun when we get out the decibel meter. So here it will be 10 just fired into the valley from the Ruger Mark IV. I think that those were pretty close in sound. If not, I want to say that the paintball gun might actually be a little bit louder than the 22, but let's go get the decibel meter and we'll get a number that will say exactly if it is or isn't. So we've got our handy little sound meter that we've used for several other videos. I'll set it to the maximum, and then we'll try to get just one good shot out of the paintball gun with just one paintball with it coming out of the barrel. And, you know, there are also louder and quieter barrels that you can put on these things. This is just the stocker from the Tippmann 98. I have several other barrels that are that can be a little quieter, but this is the one I brought today, and so we'll give that a shot. Let me just set this to the max, and then I'll be quiet until we shoot this paintball out of here. .5 decibels, if you can see that, right? Just a couple feet away from me. I'll do one with no paintballs in it, just because that is quite a bit louder, and we'll see what that ends up being. I was actually quieter. It's 77.3. Let me hit it again. But overall, we got 89.9, which is a little bit louder than the max with the paintball in it. Let's check it out now with the 22 long rifle pistol suppressed. Got this reloaded. Same ammo that we were using before. We'll set the max, put one shot, and then see what it is. That right there registered 83 decibels, just cocking the gun. And that didn't go any higher. Let me reset it again. I got 87.6 right there. We can shoot it one more time to get a, you know, just to kind of get a average, so to speak. At 88.1 on that. And so when you look at that versus what we had with the paintball gun, I think we had 82 or so, and then high 80s with if it didn't feed a paintball. And you're looking at right about the same noise level as a paintball gun with a 22 long rifle chambered shooting typical supersonic ammunition out of a pistol that ends up going subsonic. All right, reload the magazine. These are CCI clean subsonic 22s. They say that they are 1,070 feet per second, which is going to be just below the speed of sound. I'm not sure what that's rated in, if it's a rifle, if it's a pistol or whatever, but it should definitely be going very subsonic when it comes out of this pistol. So I'm going to reset the decibel meter. We'll see if this makes any difference between that and the full supersonics, the 1,400 feet per second rounds that we were shooting just before. 89.4. 86.8. And so we're getting around the same amount that we were before. We may be 1 or 2 decibels quieter with these legitimate subsonic, you know, designed to be subsonic ammunition. And that makes sense. And again, as we've talked about many times in this channel, 3 decibels is double the sound. So, you know, 2 decibels is a pretty significant decrease in sound. But the thing is that if you guys saw any of these videos on this suppressor, if you've seen any other suppressor videos on the internet and you're like, that's not real, that can't be, or that sounds just like an airsoft or paintball gun, here are the results, guys. It pretty much is basically the same noise level as the paintball gun that you used to run around with as a kid, or a suppressed 22 pistol. Now, I also brought down 2 other guns to compare it to. I brought this 300 Blackout suppressed SBR, and I brought my AR-15, but I forgot to bring my subsonic ammunition for it. So we're going to give this a shot. I don't think that it is going to be any significantly quieter than anything, because it never has been, even with the suppressor, but just for the sake of argument, let's see what happens. So for this one, we're using Winchester. These are hollow point 200 grain subsonic 300 Blackouts. This is the hybrid 46 suppressor that we have been using on this channel quite a bit, that I bought specifically so that I could use it on many guns. I actually just bought a 1911, Rock Island 1911 that's threaded for this suppressor, so we should be getting some cool videos with that. If you want to subscribe, hit the like button so you don't miss the things that we have for that. But I'm going to reset our decibel meter here, and we'll see how this does. And that says 89.8. And I don't know, to me, it seemed like it was a lot louder while we were sitting here. Let me go ahead and reset it, and we'll see if it comes up with a different number. .88 on that one. And so we're in the ballpark of the same sound range as the paintball gun and as the 22 long rifle. Although for me, from my perspective, just the feeling of it, that feels significantly louder. I don't know if it is or isn't. But guys, if you never played paintball, let me give you a quick taste of what it's like right now. This guy thinks he's got me. We're gonna pop around, get him from the other side. I appreciate you guys watching. If you haven't yet, like this video, subscribe down below, and then let's get this guy.